Good morning, everybody. 1 second, dial up this music. Good morning. Did you see what it looked like outside? Snow. Snow. But a bright blue day. So that snow won't last long. But we had a white Thanksgiving. That's for those of you that are in Arizona and still boiling. Let's see. Good morning. Little bit laggy here. Here it goes. There, it's working now. Let's do a morning funny. Let's start with a morning funny. Here we go. I'll get out of the picture.
Stirring up the shit is something I like to do from time to time, but I also like to know that I can come back to these little things we have in common, little universal moments that we share separately, the things that make us the same. They're so small we hardly ever talk about them. Do you ever look at your watch and then you don't know what time it is? And you have to look again, and you still don't know the time. So you look a third time, and somebody says, "What time is it?" You say, "I don't know." Did you ever notice how sometimes all day Wednesday, you keep thinking it's Thursday? And it happens over and over all day long. And then the next day, you're all right again. Did you ever find yourself standing in one of the rooms in your house, and you can't remember why you went in there?
Yeah. Gotta go back to the other room.
And two words float across your mind: Alzheimer's disease. You ever been talking to yourself and somebody comes in the room and you have to make believe you were singing? And you hope to God the other person really believes there's a song called "What Does She Think I Am? Some Kind of Putz"? Little experiences we've all had. You ever been sitting in a railroad train in a station and there's another train sitting right next to you and one of them starts to move and you can't tell which one it is? How about when you're out on a small boat on a windy day? You ever been out rocking back and forth for 3 or 4 hours trying to keep your balance? Rough seas, little boat. Then you get back into the shore and you're standing on the dock and you can swear there was something inside of you that was still out there rocking. Did you ever try to pick a suitcase you thought was full, but it wasn't? And you go, and for just a split second, you feel really strong. How about when you're looking through a chain link fence? Did you ever notice if you're just the right distance from a chain link fence, sometimes it seems to go, what is that? How do they do that? Did you ever try to tell somebody they have a little bit of dirt on their face? You can never get them to rub the right spot, can you? Say, you got a little bit of dirt right here. They always go, where, here? And you just want to slap the bastard. Did you ever notice how awful your face looks in a mirror in a restroom that has fluorescent lights? Every cut, scrape, scratch, scar, scab, bruise, boil, bump, pimple, zit, wart, welt, and abscess you've had since birth. You seem to come back at the same time. And all you can think of is, I gotta get the fuck out of here! Did you ever notice sometimes when you're walking with your arm around your date, one of you has to change the way you're walking? Men and women don't walk the same. One of them has to change. Either the man has to walk like this, or the woman has to walk like this. Joey, how are you?
One has to change.
when you're going up a flight of stairs and you think there's one more step? And you go... And then you have to kind of keep doing that, you know? So people will think it's something you do all the time. I do this all the time. It's the third stage of syphilis. The same thing happens when you're going down the stairs. You could swear there was one more step. Holy shit. My hips are in my chest.
Oh, gosh. It's a cheerful morning. Got to get a little George in there. Nobody sent me anything funny over the weekend to play as video, so we had to do that. How about that one walking along? That's why I don't walk. That's why I don't hold anybody as we walk along. Wait.
Dumbass motherfuckers.
Wait, stop it, George. Wait, no. We picked one with no cuss words. Stop it, George. Oh, good morning, Herbie Von Werby, Furby, human broken Furby. Good morning. I missed you guys this weekend. But, as you can see, if you'll follow us on IG, we're having fun. We have a flight simulator now over at the Grow House, and we have a driving simulator now over here at the Mush Lab. Do we work at all? Do we do any work at all? Who thinks we do a little work? Well, hold on for a second. Let me just show you. We bagged a few this weekend between our driving. We bagged a few. There's a couple more back there, but these are the ones I grabbed. We bagged a few. I'm keeping it rolling. Don't think old Pops is now he's doing nothing but goofing off around there. I goof off when I'm allowed to. I goof off during goof off time. Anybody goof off when they're not supposed to? Tell the truth. Who's goofing off out there when they're not supposed to? Tell the truth. Nerdy. DV boys sort of tend to. Hey, it's all right to goof off. Daniel Cunningham, you didn't even have to tell us. We already knew. Okay? Good for you guys. It's actually okay to goof off as long as you get the job done. It's not nobody's job's to tell you how to get the job done, as long as you get it done. Okay? Your puppets make me take breaks. That's a good one. Do we have any newbies here this morning? Do we have any new people? New. I don't mean new. Let me start over. Never winners before. Never winner before. Bill D. goofing off is all I do. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe you do a lot of responsible stuff too. Okay? Who has never won here before? I'm going to do a contest for you. True, false. Only answer if you've never won here before. When I say won here, that includes somebody giving you one of their prizes. It includes just about anything. If you've just never received anything, we want somebody new to win something here. Okay? We would really like to see that happen. So, we're going to do 3 never winner befores. We'll move forward to the spin to win round. Okay? Only you know if you've ever won before. Okay? So, participate impeccably. Here we go. What was my questions? Hold on. Here we go. Okay, first statement to never winner befores. Good morning, I missed you guys. 68 people, 28 likes. I'll just wait. Maybe you'll like this more than Pops. Here, let's just shine on this. Maybe you'll like that more than me. Once the likes are appropriate, we'll move on. This probably will get more likes than Pops. Why do we ask you guys for the likes here? Oh, because Pops' ego's out of control. Oh, Pops, you want everybody to love you. No. We want to spread the word. It's your job to spread the word if you choose to. If not, just stare at mushrooms. Just stare at mushrooms. There you go. We'll turn the music up to the max and you guys can just stare at mushrooms. 66, I only have 42 likes on my screen. That's unacceptable. That's only 60%. Niffy, you got to move the movement. This is what Pops has to do. What am I supposed to do? Beg? I'll borrow. I'll steal. I won't steal. I'll beg and I'll borrow. And I'll grow shrooms for you. If you hit the like button. 66, there's only 45. That's 20 people hiding. Boy, oh boy, you guys just want to stare at shrooms here. That's okay. That's all right, we got all morning long. Okay? We got all morning long. Boop, you can just stare at them. Look at those fellas. Oh, that's wonderful. I would rather talk to my friends and hang out and get rando factos and learn stuff, etc. But I don't want to push the like button. Getting there. We're about 15, 14 short. We're getting there. Isn't this a shame that I have to do this? Gosh darn it. Oh, I hate that. That bothers me. That bothers me. Okay? Not you guys. It bothers me inside me because I have to do this whole rigmarole dance. I'm already dancing just by being here, am I not? And then I gotta dance for another 5 minutes asking you guys to help us spread the word. Man, I don't want to be in a bad mood now. So I'm not gonna be. Man. Okay, I'm over it. We're finally there. We're looking pretty reasonable. All right, here we go. Thank you guys for pushing the like button and putting up with my cranky attitude relative to the like button. Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on. There you go, Alan. This will help me. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Ooh, that was a loud one too, Al. So thank you. Alan, thank you. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! All right, we're back. Alan, that's a good one, Alan. You can caw your way out of anything, okay? You can caw your way out. How am I in a bad mood because you don't push like buttons? Caw! Oh. I did it to a delivery guy again yesterday. He was dying. He's going, you're the funniest man. This is so... I go, all I did was caw. He goes, oh, this is so funny. I found out the delivery people, they argue when they see our address on the delivery. They argue, well, I want it, I get it, I want it. Because we tip them. We give tips to our delivery guys, okay? We give rando tippos to the delivery guys. And they're like, is it that straight on Chester? Is it that guy on Chesterfield again? I'll go. And they deliver fast. And if they're like, they deliver fast. And now they find out, hey, did you get cacawed? Did he cacaw you? All right. Never winner befores. Never winner befores. I'm going to say 3 statements. You're going to tell me if they're true or false. All at one time. TFTFTTFFT. You're going to write them. The first 3 that get it correct on my screen, I bet you we don't even have 3 never winner befores here, but we'll get close. We'll move forward to the spin to win round. Here we go. Even if you've never, I know those of you that have won, play along, just don't type it. Play along, okay? Just don't type it. Don't mix us up, all right? But you're going to still try to figure out, do you got the goods? Can you make it in the true-false world, all right? Number 1, it takes a sloth, which, by the way, none of us are. We allow ourselves to not be slothful. It takes a sloth 2 weeks to digest a meal. Is that true or false? Never winner befores. The largest living frog is the Goliath frog of West Africa. True or false? And thirdly, an ant can lift 1,000 times its body weight. True or false? Tube Junkie, you have to say all 3 at one time on one line. Okay, so we're looking for, here we go. Hello, Rose, you just won yesterday. So you're going to have to not be in this one. Okay, I literally sent your present this morning. Okay, who else? I'm looking for? I'm looking for people that have never won before. See, there aren't many of us, are there, Slingy? I'm looking. Still, none of those answers are 3 sets of answers are correct so far. Never winner before is keep trying. That's all we have is 3 or 4 never winner before is here. How do you like that? Okay. How do you like that? How do you like that? Okay, I got that. I know that's pretty awesome, Cleanie, that most people have won here before. That's what I'm actually really proud of. I'm glad for us. Keep answering. So far, one of you that have answered have won before. I sent you something just last week, so I'm not going to count you. And other than that, I only have one person that's correct. I only have one person out of all the newbie or never winner befores that's correct. We're going to be happy to just call it. Ms. Red Badger, one of your answers was correct. We're going to send this to Ms. Red Badgers. Ms. Red Badger, that's right, Sharon. We're going to send this to Ms. Red Badger. She answered correctly. Here was the correct answers. It takes a sloth 2 weeks to digest a meal. True. That's the slowest digestion time of any mammal. Any mammal. Sloths, you digest your food the slowest. The next one. The largest living frog is the Goliath frog of West Africa. I'm about to throw up. Frogs freak me out. This amphibian reaches 12.5 inches long and weighs 7.5 pounds. That's like bigger than a chicken. Ms. Red Badger, that's like bigger than a chicken. And number 3, this one is where I messed up. I knew those two. I know that's like the size of Ruffy. Ruffy's a frog now. Okay, how about this one, the final one? An ant can lift 1,000 times its body weight. I'm going true with that. True all day. False. Answer false. Ants can lift 5,000 times their body weight. You want to come back as a strong person? Be an ant. Woo! So the answers were true, true, false. Ms. Red Badger, you were the big win. Ms. Red Badger, I'm going to make you an offer. It's up to you. You decide. I can send you an 1/8 of Ghost sampler pack. We have these online. Little commercial. These great gift because you get for the sample pack, you get an 1/8 and you get a 10 pack. Like that. I personally think after I take the money out and everything for packaging and everything, I'm giving these away practically. And the idea is for you guys to have something to give to somebody for Christmas. There's some loved one out there you'd like to go, you know what, I can't figure out what I want to give them. I don't know what I'm going to give them. Okay? And you can send me their address too if you haven't. All right? So, here we go. You can have this, Ms. Red Badger, or I have a colonized plate here. It's got a little condensation, so it's hard to see, but it's 100% completely colonized iceberg. Iceberg. Trent. Somebody tell Trent what my address, my website is, please. Website. Somebody's going to write it for you, Trent. So you can win this plate. Sorry about the condensation, and the caps, or you can go with the 1/8. So you decide, Ms. Red Badger, which one you want. You want a plate and the caps, or you want an 1/8 and the caps. And I'll send those to you. Okay? No, Ms. Marmars, it's not correct. It's the Detroit Mush Lab, all one word. The Detroit Mush Lab. Trent, it's thedetroitmushlab.net. Okay? Two Hawks, calm down, please. You're all good out there. Screaming like that isn't going to help us at all. All right? Sometimes I don't even see the comments. Please don't be yelling in here. It's not worth it. We're here to have a good time. Thanks. And also thank you for that beautiful beaded hat that you sent us. You did a phenomenal job of sending that to us. And I love it, and it looks fantastic. So thank you for that. And I remember sending you some seeds and stuff like that last week. Other things, I love you, bro. Don't be yelling and out of control here. It's not worth it. Okay. It happens. Let's do a little bit of this and then a little bit of that. So this week, starting this week, give me 10 people that are interested. This week I want to start over. We've gone through it 2 times in our almost 3 years here. We've gone through this. We're going to start talking about the 4 agreements again. I personally need a brush up course. Okay? I personally need a brush up course. So starting this week, we're going to sort of just go through the 4 agreements for the next couple of weeks. That'll be our readings at the end of the program. We'll get ourselves, and if you're smart, and I shouldn't say if you're smart, I would recommend jump on Amazon and get that book. Jump on Amazon. It's very, very inexpensive. Walk through it with us as we're reading it together, and let's practice it together too. I have to be honest with you guys. You guys help me practice it. I just practiced it right now with 2 Hawks. We just tell each other the truth, And we don't take it personal, and we don't let it hurt our feelings. That's a very, very hard thing to do, and it's one of our steps. And we learn through practice to not take things personally, but be impeccable. And each person's trying to do the very best they can. The other persons aren't taking it personal. So, and I really mean that to my friend in Oklahoma, Two Hawks. I didn't mean to jump hard. You just don't need to be capitalizing and yelling at people here. Me especially. All right. I don't take that well, and I should do better at that. So I apologize completely. Let's do a couple of rando factos. Trent, my Thanksgiving was lonely. It's the first time in a long time that we didn't go out and do anything for Thanksgiving. But that didn't make it a bad Thanksgiving. I got a chance to cook. Usually you have to go to other people's houses, you get to eat what they make you. Starting Wednesday and Thursday, we were cooking here. Me mostly. And I'm a pretty good cook. My food is pretty good. And the smells. How much do you love Thanksgiving smells in your house? Like, our noses bring back so many memories. You know, usually last few years I've gotten together with Jeff, but he had another family to go visit and be with. And it worked out to where we were supposed to be hanging out by ourselves this week. And I got fatter. I love the smell of Thanksgiving. Just love it. November. Thank goodness November is almost over. Ephraim, you heard the story where go read. It was, if you guys have Brock's IG page, he posted something last week, like Saturday or something, a picture of a piece of pie. And he wrote a story below that. It wasn't a very long story, but it was a neat story. Funny. You talk about funny. You talk about humorous. Oh my God. I'm still dying from how funny that was. So get your the last slice, Derek Henderson. I'm healed. Don't worry. I'm out of the hospital. I'm out of surgery. Okay. Brock is hilarious AF. I mean, when I saw that one, I was like, bro, you need to keep on writing. You can't just do this once every month and tease us. Where's the book? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is the book? The best part is how he had me in a recovery home. He said, and they serve pie there, but don't tell Pops. Oh, jeez. And Ruff, and we're getting postcards from Ruff in San Juan. Ruff is one off to San Juan with this. Oh, you guys, you're his friends. If you're his friends, you are his friends. Since you are his friends, start motivating him to write more. He needs to be writing and submitting. It isn't good enough to just write and put it in a little book and hide it. You must write and submit, okay? Get with it. So much talent there. There's more talent in a baby finger than I have in my whole body. And when he decides for 1 second, it's all of our kids are like that. They decide for 1 second to turn the talent on, and you're just going, where? Well, I get a little credit for that. Meanwhile, Ruff is still in San Juan. We're trying to figure out how to get him home because he never brought his passport. Okay? D. Henderson, I tell him that all the time. Now he needs to hear it from you. We need to support each other and lift each other up. November's almost over, thank goodness. Calico Kid, he is a really, really, really talented writer. Talented as could be. He could do comedy and he could do serious. He could do it all. That's his brain, though. He's a poet. You want him to do some work around the house? You want him to mop the floor? I don't know how to do that, but I could write a poem in about a minute. It's amazing. Thank you, Caitlin. Listen to Caitlin. November is almost over. Thank God. Thank goodness. Thank Jesus Christ in Australia. Improv is his magic too. You're right, Kimmy. I'm telling you, there's more talent in one little finger than in some people's whole body, me included. November. I want November to be over. For humanitarian reasons. Just for humanitarian reasons. According to a study, mass murderers and serial killers are born in higher numbers in November than any other month. November. They're all the little babies born in November, not all of them, but if you want a mass murderer, look at the babies in November. How did that happen? How did that? I'm serious. Horny Valentine's Day parents? Is that the math, Alan? Is that the math? Seriously, what's the math? When were they having the baby? When were the parents copulating? Is that a word? Quick, someone do the math. Who does? When were they? April? April hump day? Valentine's Day, and we're turning out a bunch of mass murderers? See, that's what happens. Forced copulation. You're forcing yourself on Valentine's Day to be romantic when you're really not. And boop, looks what happens. So this is basically husbands. You now have an excuse. Honey, you can't force me. It has to come from my heart or we'll have a serial killer. Okay? Honey, I'm sorry. I'll get you the diamond necklace when it comes from my heart. Not because Macy's told me I'm supposed to. Honey, I love you, but I'll do it in my own time. And we won't have a mass murderer baby. That's a funny statistic. Anybody have a penny besides Penny Pack? Penny's been packing away pennies for a little while now because her name's been Penny Pack for quite some time. Okay? 9 months. Yes. Oh. So everybody that we sang happy birthday to this month is basically on a red flag warning. Basically everybody that we sang happy birthday to this month, the month of November, has a red flag warning, and you have to be looked at a little bit closer if you go to renew your gun license. So it is. We have to be careful here. All right. Penny's packing away her pennies. She's been packing them for some time now. Imagine if Penny only packed a penny for 27 days. Can you imagine if Penny only packed? She's been packing for longer than that. But imagine, just imagine, she's only put a penny away for 27 days. How rich would Penny be? She'd have like at least 27 cents, right? She'd have at least 27 cents. But watch this. Penny already knew this. This is why she's richer than the rest of us. Watch. If you started out with 1 cent and you doubled your money every single day, you'd be a millionaire just 27 days later. You would have $1,342,177 on day 27. What? Penny? Penny, help me out here. All you have to do is double your money every day. Just double your money every day. 27 days later, Penny's got 1.3 plus. Is that true? Who's doing the math to check that one? Give me a fact checker. One of you guys that are sitting around bored and don't have anything to do later on today, Mike Baraball, do the math. Sit down with your calculator and just hit double 27 times. What happens? Will it really come out? Penny, final one. Can I get a loan? Short-term loan. It's for good. Short-term loan. We'll pay you back. We'll gladly pay you back Tuesday. That's an incredible math story right there. At the end of 30 days, Mr. Marmar says you got $5.3 million. Wow. Yeah, Penny, that's totally wimpy. Exactly. Did you guys know the UFC? You guys ever watch UFC? Ultimate Fighting Championship. Personally, I like that more than boxing nowadays. If I told Brock this, if I went back to like 17 or 18 years old and the way my brain was working then, and I'm going to join the Marines and I'm a rugby player and I'm like always trying to prove my manhood, I would have been a UFC fighter. I know that's true. I thought I was going to be a boxer for a minute. Whole story on that. But I would have tried to been in the UFC, mixed martial arts. I think mixed martial artist dudes, I mean, not the fitness is phenomenal. You have to sort of watch the craziness. But UFC, I remember back in the day when UFC first started. Who remembers Wide World of Sports? TV show Wide World of Sports on ABC every, what was it? Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. Wide World of Sports. Do you guys remember that? They'd show Acapulco cliff diving. They'd show tortoise jumping in West Australia. They went around the world and came up with all these different sports. That's right, the agony of defeat. That's right. Anthony, what was the first part of it? The what of victory? The agony of defeat. Do you guys remember that? Sunday afternoon, is that what it was? They did that before you were, all the football was on. They'd show sumo wrestling. They'd show hill climber, dirt bikes up Pikes Peak. Thrill of victory. That's it. Thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. If you guys have to have remembered this. If we grew up with it. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. The skier busting his ass on the downhill. That's right. That's right. He goes off the side of the jump and he's basically a yard sale. Stuff all over the place, right? That was where I saw my first UFC. Do you guys remember when it was? Hoist Gracie. It took me 5 years to figure out his name wasn't Royce. It was Hoist. I feel like all Brazilian because I know how to pronounce his name. Everyone else said Royce, and I'm like, no. It's Hoist. Remember that? Royce Hoist Gracie. And he came on there, and he was wearing his gi. And he's going to wrestle someone like Kim Shamrock or something like that. Other karate guys, this and that, boxers. And within about 15 seconds, he'd have them all tied up in his gi. He'd have them like in a straitjacket. And they'd be wearing his gi. Do you remember that? Oh, they've definitely gone, Sandy, they've definitely gone commercial. I'm just talking about back in the day. The first UFC, I remember Royce Gracie, I was just like, that guy's the coolest fighter on the planet Earth. I've never seen anybody that can make, within about 15 seconds, you're wearing the gi, but you're tied in a knot. Remember that? Come on. You were like, wait a minute, how did he do that? I'll go back. I'm going to find a video, and we'll play it this week. I'll do a Royce Gracie video of him putting his gi on somebody else. After a while, yeah, they stopped that, didn't they? He had like a weapon that nobody else had. It was like, I'm going to go in there wearing a white bathrobe, and the next thing you know, your ass is toast. You know, like, I was still looking for a morning break. I thought this guy was on a morning break. Okay? He made his opponents cacaw. I remember that guy. I love that guy. Not him as much as the technique. Right? UFC. Where was I? I was going to say something about that. Wait. Here it is. So who is the announcer on UFC? Who's the guy that's... And in this corner! And then they have famous sayings. Who's the announcer on UFC? Bruce Buffer? Something like that? Isn't it that Bruce Buffer guy, and he wears like crazy, beautiful like tuxedos with all of the sequins and everything? And he's got the loudest voice you've ever heard in your whole life. Bruce Buffer. I don't remember Tank. I have to go back and look at Tank Abbott. Well, Bruce Buffer, there was another guy came along. Michael Buffer. Do you remember that? We have a Bruce Buffer and we have a Michael Buffer. And we're thinking to ourselves, are they related? They both do the same thing. They're both ring announcers. They both scream really loud. They're like louder than Pops is right now. Bruce Buffer and Mike Buffer. The Mike Buffer does boxing, right? And Bruce does UFC. Something like that. But are they brothers? Without looking it up. Are they brothers, or do they just happen to have the same last name? Bruce has B. Hendricks has a strong feeling about Bruce. Are they brothers, or do they just happen to share the same last name, same rugged good looks, same loud voices? Okay, and do they own their own tuxedo line? Ms. Red Badger's thinking maybe they're cousins. Ella's on, I think cousins, could be cousins. You want to hear a story about the Buffer boys? Mars is getting there. Bruce Buffer, the UFC announcer, and Michael Buffer, the boxing announcer, were actually long-lost half-brothers. Halfies. They had never met until they realized they had the same biological father when they were grown-ups. Hey, you're a loud announcer too. What about me? I'm a loud announcer. Hey, do we have the same dad? What? What a story. The Buffer boys. The Buffer boys didn't even know each other existed. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Okay? They were halfies, File 13. Scholars believe the symbol at. You know the at symbol that we use now? Pops at, IG3. Schwum up and at. At. The old at. The old A with the squirrely whirly around it. How long's at been around? Bill D typed it. How long? Let's get ready to rumble. No, that's goal. That's the goal guy. Goal. There's all kinds of those guys. They get paid to do that. How long's at been around? P. Hendricks thinks it could be a hieroglyphic. Wild 13 said, Pops, how was you swinging through the trees? How was Tarzan? He was another loud one. You know, Tarzan might have been one of the third buffer boy. We just now hit a secret. Tarzan could have been a third buffer boy. Could be. Now, I'm not saying he was probably a half brother on the mom's side. I'd say Tarzan was a half brother, but from the mom's side. Okay, Trip says that sounds like a bad wedgie. Ouch. Scholars believe that the symbol at dates back hundreds of years ago and that it was invented by the monks. Billy D's putting at King Tut. That's a good one. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and the monks used it. Shorthanders. Okay. This is our go away for today on Rando Factos. Have you guys enjoyed Rando Factos today? The monks were emailing, Kev. Tarzan is the little brother of the girls in Frozen. I don't know that. Took a vow of silence and practiced shorthand. I would have been a monk. Who here, honestly, given a chance 500 years ago, and you know you got more lives coming. This is just going to be one of your lives. You know you have more coming. Who would have given one of their lives to be a monk? Full on. Oh, full on. I got to try one life at it. For sure. Bring me back and I'll be someone else. I'll be a knight next time. I'll be some crazy warrior or something. But give me one. Okay? I would do, Michael Patterson, you already are one. Michael Patterson, you've never changed. Michael Patterson, you're a monk in every one of your lives. I love that. I had a rando facto here I wanted you guys to read. Hold on. Where was it? One second, sorry. There it is, okay. What if you're an animal? I think we get animals sometimes thrown in there too. Okay? That's right, Badger. I'm an old lady monk. Okay. All right. I was going to end with this rando facto, but I'm going to throw two at you. The federal government of the United States owns a marijuana farm. It owns its own marijuana farm. The federal government. They do all kinds of experiments, practice, here's this and that, research, this and that. They own their own marijuana farm. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Who knows where it is? Who knows where it is? The federal government's only marijuana farm. They even use it, I'm pretty sure, to teach. It's on the campus of the University of Mississippi. University of Mississippi campus. I don't think Mississippi's legalized marijuana yet. I thought it would be in Minnesota, to be honest with you. I'd heard sometime it was Minnesota. But they're saying here it's located on the University of Mississippi campus. How many of the students do you think climb the fence? If you went to the University of Mississippi, would you have those little fence clippers? Clip, 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 clip. Spread it. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Late night vision goggles, right? Crawl on in there, fill up a whole pack. Crawl back out. Close the flap up, but then tie it with little ties so nobody realized that you were in. Huh? Huh? How about on a windy day somewhere around that campus? How would you like to be downwind one day on that campus? Oh, Mississippi does have dispensaries? I didn't know that. You had a buddy that went there. And we all know why now, Daniel. Did he bring his dad's ashes with him? That's all we want to know. Barball, you bring the zip ties with you because you want to close the fence back up. That way, on patrol, they don't really see that it was cut open. And you can go back and reuse it over and over and over. That's how you get on and off a Marine Corps base when you need to. We'll tell that story some other time. Final one. 1977. 1977. They do a survey. Okay? Have you ever noticed that people aren't as smart as you think they are? Like, you're in the smart group. You're in the smart group. Everyone here is in the smart group. I can guarantee it. There's a bunch of people out there walking around dodo heads. Americans. You could ask them, what's the capital of the United States? And they'd, oh, no. You tell them, who was the first president of the United States? Nixon. You could, there's all kinds of those man on the street tests. There really is. There's a bunch of dodo heads out there. I'm surprised. And I'm not trying to be mean about anybody. But you just run into people and you're like, really? You didn't know that? My ex-wife graduated cum laude from an all-girls Catholic university. And the minute she got through taking an examination, she was, oh. I didn't have intelligent conversations with my own wife. She was, really? Is that true? I go, you're the one that just took the class. Yeah, but I just memorized the stuff for long enough to pass the exam. People walking around with degrees. And then it's like, really? What happened? Our schooling system it really wasn't set up. It was really set up just to pass. Just to info dump. And you look at these people and go, you're not that smart. Hoop jumpers. Kim runs into them all the time. Daniel Cunningham, I don't believe you. You were one that a teacher never connected with, maybe, and drew the best out of you. You're a smart man. I heard you talk for hours. Daniel, anybody that can talk for as long as you can is super smart. So that's sort of a double-edged sword compliment right there. Copy and retain. Kevin knows he's in the middle of it right now. What we really need is discovery learning. Discovery learning. We set up a system, we give you to it, and then you go discover for yourself and report back and dissemble to us all of that which you have discovered. We have some dumbasses, dodo brains. And you don't think it. You think, oh, all Americans are smarter than, Americans are getting dumber. COVID didn't help. Boy, did that mess up our educational system for 3 or 4 years. A whole band of kids. And they don't know what to do with them except just shove them through the pipeline. And that's going to show up in 15 years in our engineering departments. That's going to show up one of these in 10, 15 years in our research departments, our science. They did a survey. This is embarrassing. Who wants to hear a survey about dodos? Who wants to hear a dodo survey? Jesus Christ, have a good day. Who wants to hear a dodo survey? It's set back, Ephraim. Two ox. Hi, Dodo. I do. Okay. Poor dodos, Wilfred. And we're not raising ourselves above somebody when we say that. We're just recognizing it. Just going, you don't know basic info? Seriously? In 1997, a survey was done and showed that 12% of Americans thought that Noah, who was the builder of the ark, wait for it, Noah, who was the builder of the ark, was Joan of Arc's husband. Give me this thing. What the? Noah, the builder of the ark, has to have been 12%. There's 100 people in the room, and 12 of you say, yep, they were married. Thank you for clearing up the spelling a little, CCS. What? Although both figures did receive messages from God, that's about as far as the similarities go, because they didn't even live in the same era in history. One was living like 4,000 years ago. One lived like in the 1500s. What? 12% of you. God, I'm false. I'm not sending you a prize, Captain. Ms. Red Badger's right. She wasn't married. They burned her at the stake. You know what happened later? Her mom came along. For the next 30 or 40 years, her mom, campaigning, got the church to change its ruling on her and said, well, maybe she wasn't possessed. Maybe we made a mistake. That's what moms do. 12%. Which percentage are you in? Let's get started on this real quick. I'm just going to read this straight up, and we're going to pick up this book tomorrow, and we're going to run with it. Okay? Give me 5 people that thought rando factos this morning were pretty interesting. We didn't do any mycology. Guess what we're going to do tomorrow? To open up the program tomorrow, we're going to show you, many of you have done it before, but we're going to show you how to take a plate, an agar plate, fully colonized, and start a bag of grain with it. Okay, so tomorrow morning, we're going to inoculate a bag of grain with a plate of colonized agar, and we'll start tracking that bag together. All right, so you'll see real quick how we do it, and then we'll get back to regular programming. But we want to start a bag tomorrow with you guys using a plate and showing you how, especially because the plates, I've got one. This is a commercial. Where is it? I'll show you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the commercial. Okay, let's read this, but I have started another batch of plates, Ghost and Steel Magnolia. we were looking for, the reason for doing the plates was we were looking for seed money to go into the nonprofit organization. Last week, we were able to move all of the plates. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. I've done one more batch. That'll be probably the last batch we do for this December. So if you're looking for Pop's Ghost genetics, or you're looking for Pop's Steel Magnolia genetics on plate, they're gonna go fast. They'll be on the plate, they'll be on the site. They already are. You can jump over there. Those would make a nice present too. So Steel Magnolia plates, Ghost plates, going fast. And I don't anticipate that we're gonna start another batch this month. So if you're looking for something, now is the time, all right? The Smoky Mirror. The Smoky Mirror, the 4 agreements. We're gonna read the introduction this morning, and then we'll pick up the book tomorrow. 3,000 years ago, there was a human just like you and me who lived near a city surrounded by mountains. This human was studying to become a medicine man, to learn the knowledge of his ancestors. But he didn't completely agree with everything he was learning. In his heart, he felt there must be something more. One day, as he slept in a cave, thank you, Ephraim, he dreamed that he saw his own body sleeping. He came out of the cave on the night of the new moon. The sky was clear and he could see 1,000,000 stars. Then something happened inside of him that transformed his life forever. He looked at his hands, he felt his body, and he heard his own voice say, I am made of light. I am made of stars. He looked at the stars again and he realized that it's not the stars that create light, but rather light that creates the stars. Everything is made of light, he said. And the space in between isn't empty. And he saw that everything that exists is one living being. And that light is just the messenger of life, because it's alive and it contains all information. One more page. Then he realized that although he was made of stars, he was not those stars. I am in between the stars, he thought. So he called the stars tonal, and the light between the stars the nagual. And he knew that what created the harmony and space between the two is a life of intent. Without life, the tonal and the nagual could not exist. Life is the force of the absolute, the supreme, the creator who creates everything. Life. This is what he discovered. Everything in existence is a manifestation of the one living being we call God. Everything is God. And he came to the conclusion that human perception is merely light, perceiving light. We're not even the actual light. We're light perceiving light. He also saw that matter is a mirror that reflects light, and it creates image of that light. In the world of the illusion, the dream is just like smoke, which doesn't allow us to see who we really are. The real us is pure love and pure light. This realization changed his life. Once he knew what he really was, he looked around at other humans and the rest of nature, and he was amazed by what he saw. This is beautiful. He saw himself in everything, in every human, in every animal, in every tree, in the water, in the rain, in the clouds, and in the earth. And he saw that life mixed the tonal and the nagual in different ways to create billions of manifestations of life. We're all a different mix. In those few moments, he comprehended everything. He was very excited and his heart was filled with peace. He could hardly wait to tell his people what he had discovered. But there were no words to explain it. He tried to tell the others, but they couldn't understand. They could see that he had changed, that something beautiful was radiating from his eyes and his voice. They noticed that he no longer had judgment about anything or anyone. He was no longer like everyone else. He could understand everyone very well, but no one could understand him. They started to believe that he was an incarnation of God. And he smiled when he heard this. And he said, "It is true. I am God. But you are also God. We are the same, you and I. We are images of light. We are God." But still the people didn't understand. Just a little more. He had discovered that he was a mirror for the rest of the people. A mirror in which he could see himself. Everyone is a mirror, he said. He saw himself in everyone. But nobody saw him as themselves. That's when he realized that everyone was dreaming, but without awareness, without knowing what they really are. They couldn't see him as themselves because there was a wall of fog or smoke between the mirrors. And that wall of fog was made up by the interpretation of images of light. The dream of humans. Then he knew that he would soon forget all that he had learned. He wanted to remember all the visions he had. So he decided to call himself the smoky mirror, so that he would always know that matter is a mirror, and the smoke in between is what keeps us from knowing what we are. He said, "I am the smoky mirror, because I am looking at myself in all of you." We don't recognize each other because of the smoke in between us. That smoke is the dream. And the mirror is you, the dreamer. We'll figure out how that fits into domestication and the dream of the planet starting on chapter 1 tomorrow. That isn't a bunch of hoity-toity, blue, blah, blah stuff. There was a time when I was like, oh, New Age thinking, that's a bunch of, this isn't really New Ageism. It really isn't. There's a big difference between New Ageism and what we're hearing here. What we're hearing here is a lot more perception. We are what we mirror. This is a lot more about that. And I find myself mirroring everything, or attempting to be a good mirror. When I caw at my delivery guy and I see him laugh, I mirror that, and my soul is filled with mirth. If I go to hurt someone, and I just do it, and I know it's going to hurt them, but I'm going to do it anyways, I'm mirroring that. And my soul is going to hurt because of it. So this is much more not hoity-toity. This isn't New Ageism. This is taking responsibility for our own perceptions. So we'll talk some more about that tomorrow. And we'll do some giveaways this week. I want to do one more giveaway right now. So let's do a number 1 through 50. And wait, I have one little tidbit that I'm adding to the end of this gift. Since Ms. Red Badger, I didn't see which you took. I don't know if you took the plates, if you took a plate, or if you took the 8th of Ghost. Would you remind me? Because whichever you didn't take, we're going to give to the winner of this round, plus a little tidbit. Okay? Here's your numbers. Go. There's your numbers. Go. And then we'll figure out which one. She wanted the 8th. Okay, thank you, Trip. So in this case here, we're going to be giving away, thank you, Red. Okay, so in this case, we're going to give away a plate, some capsules, and one other thing, and I'll show you what that is in a moment. File 13, you just won. File 13. I think he might have been a never winner before. File 13 said 2. File 13, you are correct. Sandy, sorry about that. You're right there. File 13, we're going to be sending you a Pops pack, 10-pack. We're also going to be sending you this iceberg plate that's fully colonized. We need to mail this out to you today or tomorrow so you get it and you can start using it right away. Okay? File 13, if you're not going to use this plate, when you write to me, tell me you're not going to use the plate and you'd prefer an 8th. And I'll send you the 8th instead. That's up to you, young man. You decide. I'm going to add one more thing to your little prize box. Watch this. Watch this. We have set up this month, for the month of December, a discount code. A discount code. When I say we, CCS has done all the work. CCS did all of the work. And we now have a discount code that can be used one time. We don't want you to go on there and use it 100 times because, you know, the money ends up being used to help us grow. But we are going to send out with your package, we're going to send to you File 13. We're going to send to you the discount code. It's a mystery. It's a mystery name. File 13 is going to get the discount code. And that discount code is going to be good for 10% off of any purchase on our website. So total purchase, 10% off, and you're going to put in the discount code that's on the back of this card right here. We're going to ask you guys to be impeccable and don't spread the discount code around. Let us give it away as a present. We're trying to do it more as a present to you and make sure that it goes out. And then later on, we'll probably release it to everybody. But for now, we'd like to let this go out as a present. And we're asking you to keep the code, Cody, okay? Keep the code a code. We'll send that to you, my friend. And just write to me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net, and we'll get that sent out to you. Along with, you're going to tell me if you want the plate or you want the 8th. Okay? The name of the book, The 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements. All right? Ms. Red Badger. We're going to put, let me do that too. Ms. Red Badger, we're going to put a discount code in your box too. Okay? Ms. Red, in case you feel like shopping this month, Ms. Red, we're going to put a discount code in your box too. Okay? So, thank you guys for today. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for letting us have such a fun time. We're going to do a little mycology tomorrow morning. We'll have some more information. Do you guys want rando factos or do you want pop jokes tomorrow? Quick. We're running out of time. Rando factos or pop jokes? Which one do you want? Send a copy of this book to one of your friends here so we can all join together. Which do you guys want? This would be a good gift. Find somebody here that doesn't have the book. Okay? Are we doing jokes or are we doing facts tomorrow? What are we going to do? Poppos? Are we going to do popsicles? We're going to do, this is about a 50-50, randos and jokes. Oh, no, I'm so confused. Okay. So, yeah, this would make a great gift. Go on Amazon, buy one of these and send it to one of your friends here. Or go on the Detroit Mush Lab, buy a sampler pack and send it to one of your friends. Or keep that for yourself. You guys go have a good time. We'll do rando factos and we'll do Ella Rose, your package has already been sent. I'm sorry, my dear. What about me? Can I have more? We already sent it, Caitlin, so sorry about that. Anyways, you guys go have a beautiful day, and we'll check with you guys tomorrow here, same much time, same much channel, and keep being good and keep being kind to each other. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Okay. Nerdy, Jimmy, MDK, City, Mr. Marmar, Satter, MDK and T. Henderson, Ephraim Moreno, Vegas, love you. Caitlin, that's, I get it. File 13. I've already, no. So we got a Caitlin and we have, I'm so confused. Daniel, Deborah, Pearl, you are a Pearl, MDK. Matt, there you are. Jesus Christ, in Australia. Satter, you know what you're doing there. Benny Ben, hi Ben. Little Kevo, Danny Singleton, have a nice day. Hendricks, we all have homework. Jolie, love you, girl. Bill D, Kimberly, file 13 is going caw. Nerdy, Grady, Sandman, Mike, Two Hawks. Thank you, brother. Tiffany, Saska Mojo, Calico Kid, Silly Gal, Michael, Shanti Patterson, Cleanie, love ya. Love, peace, and Cleanie Bud Grease. Laura, have a divine day. Two Hawks, Miss Red Badger, Niffy, caw. Herbie Von Werby, Cabroken Furby, Summer Wheat, Mike Bearable, Happy, Ms. Daniel, R&R Shrooms, Caitlin, you're welcome. Mars, Alan, Jonathan K, Married Michael, Polly the Pole Dog, Mizzou, get back in bed. Jesus Christ, 5280 for about half of the day. It all day. Married Michael knows how to call. Ella can too. Jesus and Cleanie and Mike and File 13 and Ephraim and MDK and Herbie. Jesus Christ, and Vegas and Cody Rose and Jesus Christ and CCS, Michael Brown all the way down, MDK, Sportet, CCS, Two Hawks, Red, Badgie, Pops, PC, ouch.